Good morning, everybody. It is Charlie, and welcome back to another live stream on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. It is finally match day for Leeds United as we take on Cardiff City at Elland Road this afternoon in the first game of the Championship season for the Whites. Just before we get into this stream, guys, please smash that like button. It really does help get the stream out there and get more eyes onto the channel. Really want to start building more of a community over on Chatting Leeds. I've got some plans for the coming weeks as well. Now the season is starting. So if you're brand new, please smash that subscribe button as well. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers and you'll see all the content that's coming up. Hit that notification bell and, of course, get all of your comments in. There's a few of you in the building so far, so we'll just get into the opening comments. JC, as always, morning, mate. How are we? Yep, it is match day, finally match day. God, it's been so boring, hasn't it, throughout the summer with no football on a weekend. Julie's in the building as well. She's feeling positive, going for a win. Yep, so am I. If you've not checked out last night's preview on the channel, then go check that out. I did go for a 3-1 win, and I do stand by that, even with the injuries that we've got at the minute and, you know, the players that are not available, let's say, at the moment. I do still think that we have enough to beat this Cardiff City side. I did say on my preview last night as well, look, I hold my hands up for the 3 years that Leeds United were in the Premier League for. I've not kept a track of the Championship. I'm not aware of who's good, who isn't, the managers of these clubs, how they play. I don't have a clue. All I know about Cardiff is that they've signed Aaron Ramsey, in all honesty, and he is not the player that he once was, so I'm not wary of him at all. So, yeah, look, I think this should be an opening day victory for Leeds United. I really do. I think it'll be good to have a full Elland Road once again. Obviously, after this stream ends, I will be getting sorted and then I will be leaving the house and heading down to Elland Road. I can't wait to be back in the South Stand where I belong. And yeah, I think, the general consensus, and I'm of the same opinion as well, is that, it is a clean slate now, guys. I think a lot of these players, yeah, they didn't have great seasons last year and the year before, really. We've been a team that loses quite a lot over the last year and a half, maybe to 2 years. 16 wins in 2 seasons is not a lot at all. So hopefully it'll be good to get back to winning ways and a little bit more consistency in the league. Even the Shrewsbury game on Wednesday night as well, that can be seen as like an extra friendly, really, to give some other players and maybe try a different system as well. Maybe, just experiment a little against Shrewsbury Town as well, who did get off to a win in their opening game yesterday as well, I believe. So, yeah, it'll certainly be a good game, I think, today. I think the slight defensive vulnerabilities that I do still think are there is the reason why I've gone for 3-1 rather than 3-0. I do think we'll concede, but I think we'll control the majority of this game. I think Farker has implemented a style in which we like to keep hold of the ball now, which is nice, to see for a change. And it'll be good to see, Ethan Ampadu in action in a competitive fixture, because I think he's looked really good so far in pre-season. So, yeah, not another Leeds pod. How are we doing, my friend? Have a good one today, mate. Yep, you too, if you're attending, or even if you're not. Enjoy watching it at home if you are. Jay saying he thinks the same as me, 3-1 win. However, if we do draw or, God forbid, lose, I won't be panicking. I fancy us to still bring in a few missing parts of the Farker puzzle that will get us promoted. Yeah, I'll be honest, Jay, if we draw or lose this game, I won't say panicking, but I'll be very annoyed, and I'll be a little bit baffled. I think even if it's a crappy 1-0 win, I do think we'll have enough to get this 3 points today. I hope I'm right anyway. But yeah, look, I think, the transfer window closes at the end of August. There's still plenty of time for us to get. I think we'll sign. This is not what I want, by the way, but I think we'll sign another 3 players before the end of the window. Ideally, we would need 4 or 5. But I think if we can get three, the important three for me, which is a centre back, a number 10, and a number 9, then I will be happy moving forward. Southampton played really well the other night against Sheffield Wednesday. Obviously, Leicester kick off in about an hour, don't they? They're on before us on Sky. So unfortunately, I won't be able to see much of the Leicester game. But there was a few good wins for some teams yesterday. Obviously, that Watford one against QPR, they were 4-0 up at half time. There's some teams with a point to prove this season. It's not going to be easy by any stretch, but hopefully, as you've said, Jay, if we can bring in those missing parts, I do think Leeds will have a good season. I really do. Safe journey to Elland Road today. Yeah, it's about half an hour away from where I live, Elland Road. So I'm, it's quite all right. I'll be going to pick my uncle up soon, who I go down to the games with. So yeah, it's just good to get back into the routine of it all, isn't it? You work through the week and then it's the football at the weekend. That's how life should be. That is how life should be. So yeah, I'm very excited to get back down there. As I say, guys, don't really know much about Cardiff City. If anyone does in the chat, please smash a comment in. I've heard that their new manager plays a similar style to Jesse Marsh. Apparently, he is, if you ordered Jesse Marsh on Wish, which, God, if he's worse than Jesse Marsh, then all the more reason why we should be beating this side today. People will say, oh, they've got Aaron Ramsey in midfield. I get that. He was a really good player back in, I'm going to say, back in the day, but it was only a few seasons ago, really, wasn't it, that he was at Arsenal. So, yeah, look, I aren't wary of Aaron Ramsey in the slightest. He is not the player that he once was. I think, it isn't just a one-man team. There's 10 other players on that pitch for Cardiff, not just Aaron Ramsey. I think the attacking threat that we've got can really cause some teams issues. And speaking of which as well, I'm not 100% sure if it's true, but I did see a tweet last night where someone shared something on the Athletic app where it did report that Luis Sinisterra is injured. Again, take it with a pinch of salt until the team news is out at 1:30. But if that's true, that's a big blow for Leeds United on the opening day, as well as the 3 strikers that are injured. However, I do still think, even if Sin is injured, that we still have enough attacking flair up top to get the job done. Dan James is paced, there's Willie Gnonto, there's Somerville. There's Pervada, there's Joe Gellart. There is options up there where I think we can definitely 100% beat Cardiff City today. So yeah, let's just get into some more of your comments. Jay's in the building again. Southampton played well, but didn't blow my socks off. But we can't. Yeah, I think I'd agree. I think in the first half of that game, I think they did blow my socks off. I was quite surprised. In the second half, though, obviously when Sheffield Wednesday equalised, they looked a little bit vulnerable. There is ways that you can get at Southampton 100%, especially once they lose the players that I think they will lose. So, yeah, they had to dig quite deep in that game, really, more than I thought they would. All I know about Cardiff is it's in Wales and it's good for a stag do. Yeah, exactly. I'm the exact same at the moment. Like I say, I think I was a bit ignorant towards the Championship whilst we were living it up in the Premier League. I didn't pay much attention to it. The players that are there, managers that are there, systems, how teams play, etc. Didn't focus on it whatsoever. So it'll be a real learning curve for me once again, being in the Championship. And we've got Joe from Leeds United, The View here. Morning, Joe. How are we doing, mate? By the way, guys, if you haven't checked out Joe's channel, I'm pretty sure that you will have done. But if you haven't, go and check it out. Some really good content and hopefully do some content with you over the course of this season, Joe. I might hit you up on Twitter at some point, mate. I've got some ideas. So, yeah. Morning, Charlie. Excited for today. Agree on the 3-1. Defensive issues, still a worry, but I think we start positively. Yeah, exactly, Joe. And I think that's why I said 3-1 rather than 3-0. I think there's still slight issues at the back that need addressing. If it's the centre-back partnership that I think it will be today, which is probably going to be Cooper and Strauch, 2 left-sided centre-backs, at the back, it's not ideal. Hopefully he plays Charlie Cresswell. There's just a very small part of me that believes that it could be Cooper and Straub with Yelder at left back, and Luke Ayling at right back, which if Cody Drama is fit, he would be starting over Luke Ayling for me as well. But yeah, appreciate the comment there, Joe. And as I said, hopefully we'll do some content together soon. There's 19 of you in the building. Please smash that like button if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We're on the road to 3,000. If you could do me a solid, that would be amazing. Hit that notification bell and continue to get your comments in. And absolutely, yeah, 100%, Joe. I'll definitely hit you up, mate. 1,000%. Not confident of beating Cardiff with no striker, says Richard. Okay, fair enough, mate. If that is your opinion, I can understand that opinion completely. It is a worry, but you know, there's still a few weeks left of the window. They have to address the number 9 situation now. They just have to, you know, because Patrick Bamford, let's be honest, is made of biscuits, and definitely not the player that he was in that first season in the Premier League or even the Championship promotion season as well. Definitely not. Then you've got Jorginho Rutter, who for me is not a number 9. Farker's pretty much said that in pre-season that he's not a number 9. He sees him more as a winger or at least an inverted forward. You know, he's out, and then you've got Mateo Joseph, who's not experienced a lot of first team action. Probably will get a little bit more first team action this season, of course. But is he really ready to make that step up to be playing week in, week out? Not for me. So even the 3 that we've got available at the minute are not great options, in my opinion. I think Rutter can do a job out wide, but not through the middle. I think we saw that in pre-season as well. So yeah, I think the number 9 has to be addressed now. They have to do that. That has to be the priority now. I know that there were reports that they were going to prioritise centre back next, but I think this injury situation needs to change that for me. Centre back is still a priority, but it's not the number 1 priority for me now. It's a number 10 and a number 9. You know, I think a number 10 is really integral to the way that Leeds United will play under Daniel Farke in terms of having that playmaker in behind the striker to link the midfield into attack. So yeah, that really does need to happen. I think the players that we've got available for today should do a job against Cardiff. And as Jer said, I do think we'll start off positively. But there is slight issues all over the pitch in terms of personnel that I think does definitely need addressing. Kev's in the building. Morning, Kev. How are we doing, my friend? Can't see where the goals are coming from yet. Again, I get that that is an issue, and I get why people are frustrated and worried about that. But I don't want to say this, but I feel like I have to. It is only Cardiff City. Whatever happens today, going into this game, we should all be confident of a win. Whatever happens out on that pitch at 2:30 happens. But going into it now, we should all be confident of beating Cardiff. Because if not, where is the expectation? Where is the expectation? None so for me up front. Yeah, I can see that as well. But then again, if Sinny's fit, you could see Sinny playing up top as well. So yeah, I think whoever plays up top can definitely bag some goals against this Cardiff side. No proper striker, not good. Yeah, completely agree. Hoping to see Gray starting alongside Ampadu in midfield for some reason. Don't ask me why I fancy Helder to score today. Think he will drift in and just drill one home. Yep, hopefully. Whoever scores, Jay, I don't care as long as we get them goals and get the 3 points. Interesting comment regarding Archie Gray alongside Ampadu. I'm exactly of the same opinion. I think Archie Gray is going to have a really good season for Leeds this season. I think if we can bring in another midfielder, obviously there's Glenn Kamara being linked at Rangers, and the Rangers manager has said that we should be hearing something regarding him over the next few days. So keep your eyes on that one. If we bring Glenn Kamara in, I think it would probably end up being Kamara and Ampadu, given the news that we've heard about Tyler Adams this morning. Apparently Chelsea are ready to trigger that release clause. Is what it is. As long as we get that 20 million in, it can be reinvested into some players, hopefully. But if it is Glenn Kamara, I would expect it to be Kamara and Ampadu. But I think Archie Gray can still have a huge season for Leeds this season. And I think he will start alongside Ampadu today. They seem like they've got a really good partnership from the games that we saw of them in pre-season. So, yeah, exciting to see that as well. And, yeah, Willie Nonso has played for Italy up front as well. Whoever plays up top, like I say, I do definitely think that we have enough. But yeah, look, the overriding feeling from myself right now is excitement, anxiety, nervousness, and just happy that the season's back. And I've kind of missed this pre-game feeling. I woke up this morning like it was Christmas. Just wanting to get back amongst it all, see everyone that I stand near in the south stand, have a chat, have a bit of banter with the away fans. It's what it's all about, isn't it? And look, I think I tweeted this out earlier. Actually, it's going to be a roller coaster of a season, as it always is with Leeds. But like I said at the start, guys, it's a fresh season. It's a clean slate, and if anybody is going to get us back to the Premier League, I do think it's Daniel Farke. He's won the league twice. He's not just won the league twice, he's walked this league twice as well, which is why I don't understand what Paul Merson was on about on Soccer Saturday yesterday, saying that he doesn't get the appointment. Come on, mate. You clearly don't watch the Championship, do you? Like, he's absolutely, I'll say it, he's pissed this league twice with Norwich City with a low budget. Imagine what he can do with Leeds if we start injecting some cash into this squad. We did say that it was going to be an aggressive window. It's not really been that aggressive, has it? We signed Sam Byram yesterday on a free, Carl Darlow for 400k, and Ethan Ampadu for 7 mil. So that's about, what, 7.5 million? We need to start being aggressive, and I do think if Tyler Adams does move to Chelsea and that 20 million comes in, I do think you'll start to see movement on the transfer front. I think you'll hear something one day this week regarding an incoming. Who it is, I don't know, but I've just got a feeling that we'll hear something this week. So yeah, hopefully it's the start of a very busy week. Charlie's USA fans here, 6:18 a.m. God, is that what time it is over in the States? Is it 5 hours behind? Wow, it's 20 past 11 here in the morning. So, yeah. If the rumour about Cine being injured is true, I think Nonto will play on the left, James on the right, Cree in the 10 and Joffrey up top. Yeah, I think I'm probably of that opinion as well, Jay. But hopefully Cine is fit, because if he is, Cardiff City are in for a very difficult afternoon. Cardiff won't be a walk in the park. No, well, I don't think it'll be a complete walk in the park, but I'm hoping that it is a comfortable win, Kevin, regardless of the scoreline. In terms of how the overall play goes, I do hope that it is quite comfortable. I'm not really bothered about Adams leaving. Good player, but replaceable. More bothered about Nonto and Somerville. Yeah, I'm of the same opinion as well. I like Adams. I would love to keep him, but if he goes, I'm not that bothered. Yeah, and he definitely is replaceable, as you say, mate, 100%. They'd be proper up for it. Yeah, they will be up for it, mate. Yeah. But every team that is going to come to Elland Road this season will be up for it. Shrewsbury will be up for it on Wednesday night, but, we need to kind of channel that energy into going out and getting the win, don't we? Fabrizio Romano made a comment about Adams. Yeah, he did. We've discussed that. Not another injury. It never ends. Oh, yeah. When it rains, it pours at Leeds United. Don't you worry. I think aggressive can mean going for the big names and not necessarily fast. I think the 49ers are just being calculated, seeing who's still potentially even. Yeah, which, that article pretty much said that, didn't it? That they'll assess, if some of our key players like Tyler Adams, for example, do leave, then they'll react, which is fine. But I do still think signings need to be brought in. Yol Perreault started for Swansea yesterday, which is interesting. He's my dream number 9 signing for this summer. He's proven in this league, and he's ready-made for this Daniel Farke system. It would be amazing if we get Yol Perreault over the line. I fancy Nonto up front and perhaps Paveda as a number 10. Interesting. I don't think Paveda will start. I could be wrong. I think the more likely scenario is what Jay said earlier with Joe Gelhardt up top, in my opinion. So, yeah, guys, we've been going for just over 20 minutes. It's just a quick stream this morning. I do need to go and make myself ready for the game. again, appreciate everybody that has joined in the stream this morning and got all of your comments in. There's 34 of you. If you wouldn't mind smashing a like on your way out, that would be greatly appreciated to get more eyes onto the channel and this stream. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the game. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. Hit that notification bell. And of course, get your comments in after the stream ends. I will be back later on this evening with my match review of the game when I get back. So I'll see you in a bit. Come on, Leeds!